You can't manage what you don't measure. Peter F. Drucker. But how do you even measure hunger? And why must we measure hunger? These are the first questions that arise when I start the 10 video projects on Agenda 2030's goal number 2, zero hunger. Before, I've never appreciated the importance of measuring things. I've felt the resistance to these man-made measurements, these measurements that are justified for the purpose of management. As the things that are measured, the number of eels, the level of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, the number of hungry humans are what they are and have been just fine for thousands of years until the humans came along. But for the last couple of years, since I read The Gospel of the Eels by Patrick Svenssons, I think, I've started to appreciate just how important it is to measure things. The obvious reason why we must measure hunger is that the goal is nothing short of zero hunger by 2030. That's an immense ambition. Never in the history of humans has there been a time when no human was hungry. And thanks to these measurements, we can tell that 1. The number of undernourished people has halved in the last 20 years, and by 2030, 600 million people are estimated to remain hungry. The terms used to measure hunger are, according to my current knowledge, summed up in the term Global Hunger Index, or GHI. The GHI is divided into 4 categories. 1. Undernourishment. 2. Child stunting. 3. Child wasting. And 4. Child mortality. These 4 indicators capture many of hunger's multifaceted problems. Undernourishment is the measurement commonly used when saying zero hunger by 2030. All the people in the world should have access to enough calories. Child stunting and child wasting are, on the other hand, sensitive to uneven distribution in a household and illustrate children's particular vulnerability in nutritional deficiencies. They also measure the quality and utilization of food. Child mortality is included in the GHI as hunger is the leading cause of death in the world. I've got used to reading about data and trends that are all pointing in a positive direction, like fewer people are hungry today compared to the year 2000. With hunger, I'm confused at the moment. Have a look at this. A graph on undernourishment. The average trend, I'd say, is downward. In other words, fewer people suffer from undernourishment now compared to before. But if you look at sub-Saharan Africa, you have to rewind about 20 years before we had this level of hunger in that area. Northern Africa has never seen the current number of hungry people, over 10% of the population. The people of Southern Asia suffered a lot during the pandemic. Only if you do like this, you're able to turn the numbers around. The share of people in the world who suffered from undernourishment in 2002 was 13% and 7.1% in 2017. Today, or since 2017, the trend has been more hungry people, until just a few years ago, when that trend seems to turn around. I'm looking forward to learning more about the goal zero hunger in the next 9 weeks. Thanks to our world in data for the treasures you're giving away for free. See you next week. Bye.